Alright, this is May 13th. It's a Thursday night, and it's the first night in a while that I've decided to do a vlog entry, but I've realized I think it's important because I need to process these thoughts and things that happen, and I think that one of the things I miss about the possibility of having a partner is the ability to do that with somebody at the end of the day. And so, since I don't have that, this is going to be a way to do that. So, there are a lot of things going on that are crazy, like always. A lot of thoughts too, and a lot of things I know I need to do. And this picture looks grainy, and I wonder if it looks grainy otherwise. We'll see. Anyway, I realized that I'm always thinking about if I were to write a book or something like that, what would it be about? How would I frame things? And today I decided it might have to be something like, oh, I really am crazy. So how did I get here? And where do I go from here? I'm in a terrible situation with Tucker and Cy, because the other day I was sick after taking the second COVID shot, and Cy was sick, and we were hanging out, and he told me the story about finding a MacBook at Tucker's house that he didn't know where it came from, and Tucker told him that the screen was cracked and not to look at it and not to log in. And then Cy looked at it and it was perfect. So he was talking to me and he was like, why don't you think I can have that, And I thought, that's really weird. Why would he lie to him? And then Cy described it some more, and it sounded just like my laptop that went missing a few years ago, mysteriously. And after everything weird that Tucker did through the divorce, my first thought was, oh, that's my computer, and Tucker took it. Like, I have very little doubt, especially at that moment. And so I said, well, I thought I just said, why don't you talk to him about it? And maybe at some point, I was really, really sick. So Cy thinks that I said, you should take it. Which, if I said that, I was not serious. And I definitely didn't think he would. I know that the more we talked about it, I definitely emphasized, you need to ask Daddy about what it is. See if you can get him to tell you where it came from. But what he heard at some point was that I said you should take it. And I don't remember saying that, but I also don't want to put the blame on Cy for what happened. So I was really miserable. I was sleeping in the next day, and Tucker calls and he starts yelling at me, have all these texts, and he said, did you tell Cy to steal my computer? What's wrong with you? Out of sorts. And I was so out of it from, the sleeping and everything, that I paused, and I couldn't really put it all together. Like, I didn't remember saying that. I remembered the whole computer thing, but I didn't remember saying that he should take it, or especially use the word steal. So now Tucker is furious with me, and he won't believe me that that's not what he said. And also, of course, I feel like this is a big smokescreen because he doesn't want to. He got caught, I think, with my computer, and he's trying to say it was his law school computer, which I witnessed. That computer did get ruined. It fell off the piano onto the floor at Lowell when we lived on Lowell House 10 years ago. So he's throwing up all this stuff and trying to tell me I'm crazy and my behavior's out of control. And I'm kind of sitting back and going, hey, I think this could all be a misunderstanding. Hey, I would love for you to show me that computer and just prove that it's not mine. But I don't know where to go from there. And having that conversation with Cy at all was inappropriate. So that's where I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I let that happen? I should never have said anything. He already knew about the missing computer, and he knew that it seemed sketchy that Tucker had lied to him. And if Tucker had never lied to me, this is where telling a lie just creates more problems. If Tucker had not lied to Cy about the computer being broken, and Cy hadn't seen that and raised a question, none of this would have happened. Honesty is always the best policy, although honesty gets me in trouble. That's the other thing that I've been realizing lately. I have a big mouth, and I need to find a happy medium between having a big mouth, living in the truth, and maybe just keeping a little quieter from time to time. So I had the EEG today on my head, my brain, and that was a really interesting experience. It was very calm. I got to take a nap, and then it sent like lights through my brain so I could see them with my closed eyes, and then I had to hyperventilate for 3 minutes. It was really difficult to do. So that happened. I hope it has a good outcome. Got some cool pictures of my hair looking crazy with all these wires coming out. Work went really well today, and I'm feeling good about teaching. I really am ready to get my kids on board. I'm feeling a little more energetic now that time is passing, and I'm ready to kind of get the next 2 months laid out on a calendar, and prepared and organized and communicated and get everything ready to go. Get this house in shape. So tomorrow I hope to get a lot of that stuff done, and just really kind of like tomorrow needs to be a day where I lay out my objectives, my goals, get after them. I went on a little walk/jog today, so small, but it made a difference and reminded me of what it feels like to put a little physical activity out there and just in some fresh air, and feel a little bit better that way. Clearly my room is still a mess, and the cat, I've discovered, I think is peeing on piles of clothes or other things lying around. So definitely that's motivation for all of us to keep things off the floor. But if it turns out he's peeing on stuff, I don't think we can keep him. I can't deal with that. So that's kind of an upsetting, weird thing. He did get a manicure today and get caps put on his claws, so he won't be digging into the furniture for a while, hopefully. So those really cool pictures I got from the EEG, I texted to my mom and to Hannah because they were cool. And then I just couldn't help it. I wanted to show them to Mike. I miss him as my friend, even though we went through the stuff and maybe he doesn't care anymore. It's hard for me to believe that he doesn't care at all. But maybe he's one of those people who can just wash his hands of things and be done. Which I feel like is really just not feeling things and hiding things. But he is 52 and has never been married, so maybe that's just something he's good at. And I'm overly feely, that's for sure. And then Damon, I'm just trying to create some space from him. He's too much. I can't, the roller coaster. Like, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know about him. But I took him for granted, I'm realizing. I did take him for granted because I didn't value him, because I was mad at him. And the things I was mad about actually made me value him less, even though he was really valuable to me. So it made me feel like I could undervalue him because I was pissed about Allie and Isabella and his whatever, the bad things. So I didn't respect him. Maybe he didn't deserve it from me. Anyway, working through that. decided I have to make a better online presence. I've been saying that for a long time, but it really has to happen because I need to redo some things to teach or to figure out what I'm going to do next year. And the other thing is, in order to tell my story of any kind, which I always feel like I need to do, and I've always felt like I wanted to do, I need to start reading other people's, or learning about other people's stories, other people who went through childhood traumas, other people who are bipolar, other people who have been through divorces, other people who have had insane relationships with people like Damon, single moms, just other people who have, I just need to gather other experiences so that I can kind of fit mine into the spectrum, and that'll help me figure out better how to relate my unique experience that has a lot to it. Everyone's story has a lot to it. And that's something that, I feel like maybe I am stuck in my own little world. When I write it all down, think about it, talk to other people, sometimes it feels like I have a lot of drama, and I don't know if I attract it. Surely I do. And surely I've got to figure out a way to stop attracting it. So maybe that's the story, is I had trauma. It's a cycle, and it is time to put a pin in that, to end that cycle, and start attracting peace and joy. And I want to say productivity, but when I think of productivity, I start getting manic, and that leads right back into the cycle. So maybe just peace, and see where that goes. Beauty. Peace. Beauty. Love. Of course, always love. Okay. Well, I guess I'll end this for now, but I feel like I could do this several times a day. Maybe I should make it a YouTube channel. Maybe that's what people do. I don't know. Like anybody would want to watch this. Maybe some other, as Bo said, early or old millennials, or not. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, turning this off.